Yo, hey there, folks. How's it going? Okay, so today I want to do a quick little rant about a movie from this past decade that is a slasher film that gets a lot of flack and hate. And for some reasons, it's understandably so in my book. However, I have a trick to all this to see how you can enjoy it, like I have. Ever since it came out on the day in the theater it came out, and even when I bought it the day it came out on DVD, I've still enjoyed this film. It's a seasonal regular I watch, and and the movie I'm referring to is the quote-unquote loose remake of Black-Christmas. And this one aptly titled BlackX-Mas because it's pretty much just that, an abbreviation of the original. Now let me just denote right now, the original Black Christmas from 1974 by Bob Clark is one of my all-time favorite horror films. It's one of the creepiest fucking slasher films ever made. That actually predated slasher films. And it kind of set up a lot of the rules for it. And it's in my top 3, and I have like over 40 favorite horror films. So that's pretty high ranking in my book. And so with that said, I'm a fan of that. And there is another review I'm going to do for that original film, but that reserves its own review. And so this one's completely just for the, as I say, the abbreviated remake. Okay, and to be honest, I really don't view it as a remake, and I think that's part of the charm to it. From the day I went and saw it in the theater, I already had been following the production of it for the whole year from all the horror sites in 2006. So I already knew it was not going to be what Bob Clark had intended his original vision to be. It's a different tone, it has a quirkiness, and yes, let's just agree right now, it's silly. It's a very silly film. But, you know, if you go in looking at this as just a random other Yuletide slasher film involving sorority girls, I think you might enjoy it, like I have. I mean, come on, how many people can say they've seen a horror film already that's Yuletide slashers? And some of us horror fans, or slasher fans particularly, love a Yuletide slasher, a good one at that. Is this movie great? By no means no. But is it fun? Fuck yeah, it is. And my merits are this. I mean, how many fucking movies are you going to see that are in the slasher canon that utilize icicles as being death implements, figure skating skates, or ice skates, candy canes, the list goes on and on and on, okay? So many cool little quirky Christmas Yuletide things were used as implements of death, and I find that very fun. And another thing goes to the characters in the movie. I liked, now do the girls measure up to the girls in the original 1974 Black Christmas? Olivia Hussey, Margot Kidder? No, not at all. However, the girls in this one are still a fun bunch, and they're quirky. And the whole movie is quirky. I remember when I first saw it in the theater, I was just like, what the fuck? But I had fun, and that's sometimes what I think a slasher movie should do, is have fun. Like I said, the abbreviated version, I think it's aptly titled Xmas as opposed to Christmas, because this film was made for like the ADD generation kind of thing going on, and a lot of the movies nowadays have a lot of humor in them, unfortunately, but for this one, fortunately, I think it works. And also, you know, it's made by Dimension Films. Let's be honest, as horror fans, we know that Dimension Films can shit on a fucking movie or a production. You know, they get these good ideas that the director has and the writer has, and then they have to step in, reshuffle things, recast, reshoot, you know, and pretty much it's a different movie that comes out as the end product. I mean, that's the truth about Dimension Films and the Weinsteins. However, was I disappointed by the trailers when I saw some really cool, awesome scenes that actually were not even in the movie but filmed only for a trailer to get asses at theater seats? You fucking bet. But still, over time, I grew to really enjoy this film. And it is a regular watch during the Christmas season, as is the original 1974. The 1974 is a classic, will always be a classic, and it still holds true as a one creepy fucking film that predated Halloween and other slasher films. It actually kind of set up the rules in a lot of ways. But the original Black Christmas movie is going to be reviewed and it deserves its own video altogether. Okay, so I'm not going to review the original right now. I'm just giving an honorable mention to this and kind of speaking out about the flack that it gets, because I think if you go in watching it, not viewing it as a remake, you will actually have a good time with it. I mean, that's how I had to look at it, okay? I don't view it as a remake. In fact, when a lot of people hit me up on Facebook or even on YouTube or whatever saying, hey, should I check out Black-X-Mas from 2006 if I'm already a fan of the original? And I tell them, you can, But if you go in comparing and contrasting to the original, you're going to hate it. Hate it. And I can understand why. But if you go in kind of just looking for a good sorority college campus slash Yuletide slasher, you might fucking have a good time with it. I sure as hell did. And again, it's a fun movie, and I think it gets too much flack than it really deserves. And again, I love the implements of death used in it that are actually Christmas season, imagery, icicles, candy canes, figure skates, blah, blah, blah. I will go on and on, but I'm not. So, I mean, that's just my 2 cents on this film. And I think that some other people agree with me on that. If you don't view it as a remake, if you don't compare it to the original, because the original is perfect 10 as is, then you'll like it. So, to me, this is like the hashtag version of that film, as I would call it, the hashtag version. So that's all I gotta say, is that give it another chance. Don't look at it as another remake. View it as a film, as its own film, another Yuletide slasher. And I know I'm repeating that repeatedly. And but that's my 2 cents on that. And give it a try. And I know a lot of people that hate it might comment below and say, "Oh, this movie sucks." And I totally will respect that, because again, it's not going to be everyone's favorite film or not a liked film. But I do know from Facebook and my horror geek friends on Facebook, a lot of them do enjoy this film. So I know I'm not alone on this. And if you do enjoy this film and have reasons why, comment below. I'd like to hear them. Anyhow, so I just wanted to give this little movie a little mention. That's all. And sometime later, I'm going to actually do a full review of the original 1974 Perfect 10 film. Personally, I don't think you can really remake that film. It's already perfect as it is. So that's my opinion on that. Anyhow, I'm out. Peace.